Amazon.com is a sick, evil, vile, disgusting corporation, because their next big plan for money and world domination is to make a rewards card that targets people with bad credit. Truly sickening. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and it's this information kind of surprises some people, because when you watch my channel, you probably are under the impression that I am first and foremost hating Uber and Lyft constantly, particularly Uber. Like, they are the worst company in the world because of all the things this company does wrong. And yet, when I went to the last strike, someone asked, like, why was I so hard on Uber? Like, it seemed like I had a grind. I just had a grind against them, a bone to pick, whatever you want to call it. And I responded honestly, and some people didn't believe me. I said, my problem with Uber is that I love Uber. Like, I actually love the service. I love the job. I wish it was profitable because I would have liked to continue doing it. And so I am very hurt by what I see the company becoming today, and continues to become and evolve. And even though I call them a scumbag company and everything, I do love them. I wish they would improve. I probably wouldn't be as passionate about them if I didn't. Amazon, on the other hand, that is a company I truly, truly loathe. I think they are doing the most damage to our economy, our country, to the world. I mean, they're so bad I had to pick between two bad Amazon stories to share with you, and the other one, which is far worse, we'll be talking about tomorrow. And I picked this one first because if I'm going to lead up to that, Amazon has to be doing something that I think a lot of people would have to consider to be so truly morally corrupt and soulfully dishonest that we were all in agreement that this was not right, and that's exactly what they're doing. You can look at this headline right here. Amazon's new rewards card targets those with bad credit. This is from TechCrunch. Amazon this morning announced the launch of Amazon Credit Builder, a new secured credit card offered in partnership with Synchrony Bank. As the name implies, the card is aimed at those who are looking to build their credit history, either to recover from bad credit or to establish new credit. Like other credit products Amazon has launched, the card's big perk is cash back on Amazon.com purchases. In this case, 5% back on purchases if the card holder is a Prime member. Because, yeah, we give the Prime. I hate Prime. The Credit Builder card also has no annual fee, which is positive, I guess. Other special financing on purchases and includes protection from unauthorized charges. As a secured card, Amazon Credit Builder requires that the cardholder submit a refundable security deposit in order to get a line of credit from the bank. This funding isn't available for purchases made with the card, but rather serves as a way to establish a credit limit. The deposit can range from $100 to $1,000, says Amazon, and is submitted either by electronic transfer, ACH transfer on Amazon, or via mail. To pay off purchases, the card is unique in that it allows customers to either choose to make 12 months of equal payments or 6, 12, 24 month 0% for select purchases. Also, a part of the product is the ability for cardholders to track their credit improvement over time as they use the card to make purchases on Amazon.com. The cardholders receive access to their own personal TransUnion Credit View dashboard where they can view their Vantage Score credit score for free. Use a simulator to understand how different activities will impact the score, get fraud alerts, and access credit education to help them further improve their credit score. So far, this doesn't sound too bad. In fact, the way it's even being sold, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal, right? But let's continue, because there's obviously a catch. And by the way, I should note, there's a catch with pretty much every credit card, not just an Amazon card. The Amazon card just ends up being like an especially egregious offense to what is a long line of offenses in this credit card industry. Other financial education by Synchrony is also available. Amazon says that Credit Builder customers may become eligible for an upgrade to the Amazon Store card after as little as 7 months after opening the Credit Builder account, at which time their initial security deposit would be refunded. Typically, secured credit cards are offered to people looking to improve their credit, but it's unusual for a retailer to provide their own secure card. For Amazon, however, offering credit to the underbanked or unbanked is another way of expanding its business to a broader market. This is where it starts getting ugly. Like many online retailers today, Amazon believes that shopping online shouldn't be a privilege only for the middle class and up. After all, e-commerce sites may often have better deals than brick-and-mortar stores, and the convenience of shopping online can help customers save both gas, money, and time, the latter a particular issue for those working multiple jobs to make ends meet. To cater to the underbanked and low-credit customers, Amazon already offers a low-cost version of Amazon Prime for those on government assistance programs in the U.S., including temporary assistance for needy families, supplemental nutrition assistance program, women, infants, and children nutrition program, and as of last year, Medicaid. And I've got very mixed feelings about all of that, but we'll stick with one issue at a time. More recently, it and other retailers like Walmart began participating in a USDA trial focused on allowing SNAP residents to shop for groceries online. While Amazon's new card may make sense for those on a path to building better credit, it may be better for those who are looking to upgrade to the Amazon Store card in the future rather than simply repair their poor credit history. The card, customers should know, carries a high APR of 28.24%, higher than the average medium APR for retail cards, which is 25.64%. Quote, this is a solid option for people who are new to credit or rebuilding their credit after prior missteps, but there are some risks to be aware of, notes Ted Rosman, industry analyst for creditcards.com. Quote, it's always important to pay your credit card bills in full, and that's especially true with this card. The interest rate is very high, 28.24%, and if you fail to pay a 0% promotional offer in full by the time the term expires, you'll be charged retroactive interest on the average daily balance going back all the way to the original purchase date. So yeah, keep that in mind. However, Rosman concludes that when the card is used properly, the card could be used in improving credit while receiving the cashback perk. Customers can visit the Amazon Credit Builder page to sign up for the card. So here's the thing. I will acknowledge something up front. I agree with Rosman in that, yes, if you pay this card off on time, it will be fine. I have signed up with credit cards with 0% financing for 1 year. That Xbox One X that's sitting there in the corner, I did like a little bundle deal at the Microsoft Store, and I'm paying it off in monthly installments. If I miss a payment or am late, I get dinged some 22%, something like that. So yeah. However, I am on track to pay it off 3 months in advance of when the last payment is due, because I've been paying a little extra. So, you do this responsibly, that's always a good thing. Here's the problem with cards like these, especially with one with a 28.24% interest. They are essentially giving these cards out to everyone, almost. I'm sure there's some people who might not get approved for it, but for the most part, they're going to give it to anyone, because you're giving them like a security deposit to get a credit card. And there's 0% interest on that card for a year. And if you take good care of the credit, and if you pay it off, you can upgrade to the store card, which is a lot better, and you get your money back. So if you do this properly, you will come out in the long run. However, the reason this is dangerous is because it's the kind of credit card that is very friendly to people with poor credit. If you have good credit, there's not a lot of reason to get this card. You would just apply for a regular Amazon credit card. That's it. If you have bad credit, though, it's very, very hard to get a credit card, which means this card is going to be very, very attractive to you. You have to put aside a little money at first, but you will have credit again. And here's the thing. They are targeting people with this deal because they know those people are unlikely to pay it off. I don't know how many people here has watched the documentary Maxed Out. If you haven't, check it out. I think it's on Netflix. Maybe that's where I watch it anyway. And it's pretty much about how predatory credit card companies can be and the people who have fallen into ruin because of credit card debt. I don't know if you can hear that. That's bad plumbing. I'm sorry if you can't. Anyway, so here's one of the things. Credit card companies actually. Here's an interesting claim that was made by the head of Visa, the CEO of Visa at the time. He said their company particularly liked to go after people who filed for bankruptcy. And credit card companies focus on these people for two reasons. One, they can't file for bankruptcy again, at least not for a long time. But the second thing is that they have a need for credit. They just cannot help themselves, and they just spend and spend and spend. And so they go back to credit and they get right back into credit card debt, and they end up paying those credit card bills forever. That's essentially what Amazon is doing here. They are targeting the people who have bad credit, who have a taste for credit. They just want it. And they make a card that's available to them, one that you pay a little down payment on. And what's going to happen with most of the people who sign up for this card, because people who have good credit scores have no reason to sign up for this card, some of them might do this responsibly. I'm not going to claim no one will. However, most people will not make their payments. They won't. And they will get late fees. The card will not be paid in full. And they will not get that deposit back. Amazon will keep that. And then they will get charged 28% until they pay it off, which will not only be very unlikely, but because it's a 28% interest, it becomes a lot harder once that actually kicks in. Amazon's just evil. They are evil, evil people. And that's not even taking into account the story that I got to talk about tomorrow. Anyway, this is kind of a sour note. I will not be getting this thing. I mean, I don't need this thing. I would never get... I used to have an Amazon credit card years ago. That was back when I was an Amazon fanboy. Not anymore. Will not do it. However, I now have to ask you, what says you? Are you going to get this card? If so, is your credit bad? Is it good? I'd love to know what's your rationale for getting a credit card with a almost 29% interest rate on it. When you really stop and think about it, that's 30 cents for every dollar. It's crazy. Anyway, I'd like to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way. It's helping the channel run smoothly, and you get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. Also, if gas prices are getting you down and you want to save money, check out the free, no interest involved, Get Upside app below, and you get a cashback on every gas purchase. Consider subscribing to the Apptrepreneur Vlogs channel. And if you want to talk to me or other fellow content creators, tech junkies, check us out at the Apptrepreneur Hangouts on Facebook. And as always, fillet responsibly. Have a good one.